how do we bring this thought around Afrofuturism to life? If Black Wall Street existed today in its boldest expression, what could that look like? Hi, my name is Kwame Taylor-Hayford. I'm one of the co-founders of Kin, and we focus on developing creativity that works at the intersection of innovation and purpose. On Bloom season, I was the lead, helping to establish the project and lead us through creative development and production. While building the site, it felt important that we put this in the hands of entrepreneurs who would actually use the content. We were lucky. We had over 50 entrepreneurs that we had spoken to, and we were able to get from them amazing detail in terms of how they've had and created the success that they're experiencing. In developing the project, it was very important for us that it was hugely utilitarian and filled with information that was very well-informed and actionable. So we did some research before we started actually designing and developing the platform. We spoke to 8 Black entrepreneurs. What came out of all those conversations was there were 3 real challenges that Black entrepreneurs were facing. One was around isolation, the fact that there's so few people of color, Black entrepreneurs specifically, that go on that journey. So it often feels like you're on an island, and I can speak to this from a lived experience perspective. The second was a sense of alienation. There's a feeling that because you're a Black entrepreneur, your business has to be for Black people. And I think that is overly simplistic and, of course, not the case. And then the third one was a huge sense of mistrust. There was just a feeling that there was a lot of performative sort of commitments out there, especially in the wake of George Floyd's murder. And people were a bit tired of that and wanted to move to a place where they were more trusting and had more belief in the opportunities and in the resources that were available to them. So we thought, here's a huge opportunity for MailChimp, an incredible brand that has forever supported the underdog, to step in and do something meaningful that would materially add value to the journey of these incredible entrepreneurs. We thought a section around how to start, how to run, how to grow your business, providing actionable, tangible resources and insights was critical. So in the platform, in the articles, there are links to resources, there are specific names and quotes, there are books that we reference. Given the conversation and culture, given the social justice movement that we all live through, especially with a focus on Black entrepreneurship in this inaugural edition, we wanted to bring forward resources that would really help with the intangible aspects of building and running a business, looking after your mental health, nurturing what's inside so that you can then perform in an epic way outside, and also speaking through issues of legacy building. And there's an amazing article on how to design your third act and how to reinvent yourself, or how to pivot your business or your thought process to allow for you to lean into sort of emerging trends. We, in our research for creating Bloom season, realized that the majority of Black entrepreneurs existed in 5 categories, and they might be, a bit expected: healthcare, construction. So we wanted to speak to the entrepreneurship journey as it related to media and tech and, food. We thought it'd be amazing to chronicle some of these stories. They would be inspiring. Our design director, Chris, is a sort of incredibly, immaculate designer, but also someone who is of the community. And I think being able to have the discussions that we had about what would accurately reflect the lived experience of these incredible entrepreneurs that we were able to speak to. He brought a lot to sort of the project and the process, from that perspective. The color system was a very deliberate choice. We wanted, like I said before, our platform to be about empowerment. We wanted it to feel uplifting. We wanted to make sure that it's a celebration of their experience and their accomplishments. How do we bring this thought around Afrofuturism to life? If Black Wall Street existed today in its boldest expression, what could that look like? More importantly, could that feel? And I think for us, it was key to create that alignment. And you got that in some of the stories of the entrepreneurs that we spoke to. John Gray from Ghetto Gastro, and you look at his brand and the community around that, and leaning into the greens and the blacks and the reds. It felt very connected to kind of the world that he's built. We had a lot of discussion about the balance between keeping things sort of real and contemporary and today, because again, a lot of the stories that we're telling via Bloom Season are stories of entrepreneurs today who are building these incredible businesses and who are innovating. But we also wanted to nod to the endless possibilities that we felt existed for these entrepreneurs. See entrepreneurs of color, see Black entrepreneurs living their dreams. In developing Bloom Season, we spent quite a bit of time looking at the landscape of business literature. We explored all the platforms that existed, everything from Black Enterprise to Fast Company. We looked at other, really well established platforms. And we didn't find anything that really spoke to the unique experiences that entrepreneurs of color have from their perspective by people who were of the community. So for us, it stood out as a bit of a gaping hole and an opportunity for us to step in and build something truly unique. And that's, what drove a lot of our initial momentum around getting this project developed. And again, with a lot of support from MailChimp, we had, the freedom to design our process and our team to accurately reflect the audience that we were looking to speak to. The feedback from the community has been honestly very humbling. So many entrepreneurs have reached out and shared their excitement about the platform and how proud they are to feel like they're being fully and accurately represented. That's all we set out to do, was build a resource, build a utility, hopefully make it a reference point, and start to build a community of entrepreneurs who can really benefit from the information that this platform would share. We're in discussions now about our second edition, which will launch next year. And we're excited to hopefully come back with a bigger and better expression of what Bloom Season is.